Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins History. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating top 5. First up, the so-called bicentennial $1 United States of America 1837 to 1841 coin is often misunderstood due to a combination of misinformation and wishful thinking. First, it's important to clarify that the United States did not mint any official bicentennial $1 coins during the years 1837 to 1841. The U.S. bicentennial, marking 200 years since the Declaration of Independence, occurred in 1976, and during that time, commemorative coins such as the bicentennial quarter, half dollar, and dollar were minted bearing the dual date, 1776 to 1976. These coins celebrated the nation's 200th birthday, not any events related to the early 1800s. However, certain collectors have come across coins, medals, or tokens bearing dates like 1837 to 1841 and assumed great value, sometimes due to misleading advertising or private mint productions not officially recognized by the U.S. Mint. Coins from the 1837 to 1841 period, like the seated Liberty dollar, first minted in 1840, or the earlier Gobrecht dollar, 1836 to 1839, do hold substantial historical and numismatic value, especially if in pristine condition or with rare mint marks. These early U.S. silver dollars are prized by collectors, and certain rare variants, particularly with low mintages or proof-like qualities, can indeed command prices in the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. If a coin from this period was struck with a unique error, a rare die, or has extremely limited surviving examples, it could indeed be worth a small fortune. However, the idea of it being a bicentennial coin with unimaginable wealth is a myth perpetuated by misinterpretation or speculation, often fueled by dramatic listings on resale platforms or in viral social media posts. To truly make a fortune from a coin, it must be authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, which evaluates its condition, rarity, and legitimacy. A coin's worth comes from its provenance, historical context, rarity, demand, and condition, not merely from the dates or inscriptions alone. Many coins labeled as bicentennial $1 1837 to 1841 that appear in online marketplaces or coin fairs are often either replicas, medals, tokens, or fantasy pieces with no official U.S. Mint origin. Owning one of these does not guarantee sudden wealth, let alone billionaire status. The real treasures in coin collecting are rare historical issues, properly documented and preserved, often found in museum collections or elite auctions. Next up, the 2000p Sacagawea dollar, often mistakenly referred to as a bicentennial dollar, holds a unique place in U.S. coinage history, though it is not officially tied to the American bicentennial of 1976. The coin features Sacagawea, the Shoshone guide of the Lewis and Clark expedition, on the obverse, while the reverse showcases a soaring eagle with 17 stars representing the states at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. While billions were minted for general circulation, the Philadelphia Mint Mark P version of this coin sparked great interest among collectors, especially due to a few rare varieties that surfaced over time. Among them, the most notable is the 2000p Cheerios dollar, which was distributed as a promotional piece in cereal boxes and had a distinctive, high-relief eagle tail feather design that set it apart from the standard issue, making it one of the most valuable modern dollar coins in existence. What makes this coin particularly enticing to collectors and investors is not just its limited variant design, but the mystery and excitement surrounding its unexpected release. The Cheerios version, especially in pristine mint state, can fetch several $1,000s depending on condition, rarity, and demand. In the rarest cases, some versions of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar are paired with a Washington quarter obverse, a mint error known as a mule, which is among the most valuable U.S. coin errors ever discovered. Only a handful of these mules are known to exist, and they have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. While most 2000p Sacagawea dollars are worth only face value, those rare versions catapult the coin into legendary status and are sometimes spoken of in exaggerated terms as billionaire makers due to the mythology that builds around rare finds. In truth, Becoming a billionaire overnight from owning a 2000p Sacagawea dollar would require finding one of the ultra-rare varieties in flawless condition and selling it in a peak market frenzy, an almost mythical scenario, but not completely impossible given the unpredictable world of numismatics. Stories like these fuel a collector's dream, encouraging everyday people to search their pocket change in hopes of uncovering hidden treasure. While the regular issues of the 2000p dollar are common, their unique gold-colored appearance and historical representation of a Native American woman make them an appealing coin. But it's the rare varieties, whether the Cheerios dollar, a minting error, or an experimental planchet, that hold unimaginable value and remind us that even the smallest piece of metal can carry an incredible story and, in very special cases, the weight of a fortune. Next up, the 2006 Australian 10-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II and a bicentennial reference has captivated the interest of numismatists and collectors due to a combination of limited minting variations, historical context, and speculative rarity. Though Australia officially celebrated its bicentenary in 1988, some commemorative pieces from later years have gained attention due to unique features or markings. The 2006 10-cent coin is often discussed in collector circles not because of a widespread recognition by official mints, but rather due to rumors of ultra-rare mint-mark varieties or errors associated with certain releases. These coins are believed to have been struck in extremely limited quantities, perhaps as test pieces or special editions that were never meant for wide circulation. The intrigue deepens with stories of coins featuring a specific mint mark, possibly from the Royal Australian Mint or a promotional release, that set them apart from the regular strikes of the same year. What makes such a coin theoretically priceless to collectors is not only its supposed rarity, but also the dramatic mystique surrounding it. When a coin is rumored to exist in only a handful of known examples, and especially when those few may have been dispersed accidentally or under mysterious circumstances, the value becomes driven by emotion and desire rather than official pricing guides. If an authenticated 2006 10-cent bicentennial coin with the right mint mark and verified provenance were to emerge at a high-profile auction, it could spark a bidding war among elite collectors and investors. This kind of coin might not only sell for tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, it could, in theory, approach the level of wealth that changes the owner's life overnight. Not because it's inherently encrusted with precious metals, but because its story, scarcity, and demand align at just the right moment in the numismatic market. However, it's crucial to understand that such extreme values are more fantasy than guaranteed fortune. While the coin community thrives on stories of hidden treasures and surprise million-dollar finds, the majority of these tales stem from anecdotal evidence or exaggerated claims. Still, for the hopeful owner of a mysterious 2006 10-cent Elizabeth bicentennial coin, there's always a chance, however slim, that they hold in their hand a unicorn in the coin world, a numismatic anomaly whose worth transcends metal and measurement, echoing the dreams of sudden, unimaginable wealth. In this space where history, rarity, and speculation collide, even the most unassuming coin can carry the weight of a billionaire's dream. Next up, the 1958 DeWitt penny. While a significant piece in the history of U.S. coinage, is often misunderstood when it comes to its actual value, especially when people confuse it with bicentennial coins. The term bicentennial refers specifically to coins minted in 1976 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the United States, and not to any coins from 1958. That said, the 1958 D penny, bearing the Denver Mint mark, is part of the final year of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series before transitioning to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. In general, over 1 billion of these pennies were struck, making them quite common in circulated condition. However, what adds immense value to any coin, including the 1958 D, is not just its date or mint mark, but its rarity in terms of errors, unique varieties, and especially its condition or grade. While a regular 1958 D penny is worth just a few cents or dollars, there are rare instances, such as pristine, uncirculated versions or those with unusual minting errors, that can fetch much higher prices. In the coin collecting world, One of the most famous and valuable Lincoln wheat pennies is actually the 1958 Philadelphia minted penny without the D, that displays a rare double die error on the obverse. That coin is extremely rare, with only a handful known to exist, and has sold for over $1 million at auction due to its unique doubling of the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. Some people mistakenly associate this error with the 1958 D coin, which leads to rumors of unimaginable value tied to the Denver mint mark. While no 1958 D double die has reached that level of fame or value, collectors still seek flawless specimens, ones graded MS 67 or higher with full red color and luster, which can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if certified by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. These top-tier examples are prized for their near-perfect preservation rather than any historical or minting anomaly. Ultimately, the idea that a 1958 D wheat penny could make someone a billionaire overnight is rooted more in myth than reality. It's important to distinguish between common circulated coins, which exist in large numbers, and the rare, mint-condition coins or error coins that truly command astronomical prices. A regular 1958 D wheat penny is a beautiful piece of American history, part of the closing chapter of the iconic wheat cent era, and it holds value, sentimental, historical, and modest monetary, but not typically the kind of extreme fortune often claimed in viral stories. For anyone who truly believes they may have a high-value specimen, it's best to have it professionally appraised and graded. That said, the love of collecting comes not only from potential riches, but from the stories and history each small copper coin carries with it. Next up, the bicentennial quarter dollar, often mistaken with other commemorative coins, holds a special place in the hearts of American coin collectors. Officially released in 1975 to 1976 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence, the bicentennial quarter features a colonial drummer on the reverse side and the dual date, 1776 to 1976. However, the coin you mentioned, marked with the dates 1788 to 1999, does not correspond to the official bicentennial quarter. Instead, this is likely a special state quarter or a privately altered novelty coin, possibly referring to the Georgia state quarter released in 1999. Georgia joined the Union in 1788. While standard issues of these coins carry mostly sentimental and modest numismatic value, coins with rare mint errors, special compositions like silver proof, or unique mint marks can sometimes be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right collector, especially if in pristine, uncirculated condition. The belief that a coin like this could make someone a billionaire overnight is a stretch, but in the world of numismatics, perception plays a big role. If a coin appears to be extraordinarily rare, like one with a minting mistake, misprint, or struck in the wrong material, its value can skyrocket, sometimes reaching tens of thousands at auction. Some coins rumored to be prototypes or experimental pieces, especially if accompanied by clear provenance, may even be considered priceless by major collectors or museums. That said, many online claims about coins being worth millions or billions are typically overhyped or based on misinformation. True valuation requires expert grading, authentication, and a careful look at market demand. A coin from 1999 with a mint mark and state association may be valuable, but not likely to that legendary degree unless it's a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly. To fully understand the potential value of such a coin, one would need to assess several key factors: the mint mark, which tells you where it was struck, its physical condition, graded on a scale up to MS 70, whether it's a proof or a regular strike, and if there's any unusual error in production. Coins with mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or wrong planchets are especially prized. Collectors also pay high premiums for coins encapsulated and certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. While the 1788 to 1999 coin might seem mythical in worth, it's only through proper appraisal and market timing that its true value would be revealed. For most people, such a coin might bring in a few $100s if it's rare, which is a great return, though not quite billionaire territory.